to your concerns. And in fact, I'm very happy to say that we are adjusting some of our proposals as a result of that input.
Concerned about supporting our district schools and are opposed to the insertion of a charter school into any District 3 schools. We simply do not have the space and do not wish to see any of our schools undermined by the co-location of a charter.
Ana de los Santos, Mahal 2. We stand with our colleagues at PS165 to keep the catchment area the same. We support the long-term sustainability of District 3 schools. We are also against the co-location of a charter school in any District 3 school.
We teachers work for all of our students' families, not only those who win a lottery. If a child lives in this zone, we do not turn him away. We are a school that truly welcomes everyone. As the ESL teacher, I send home notices in multiple languages. Do those charter school flyers come in any language, and any other language besides English? I have yet to see one. If they are, the boys and girls in my ESL classes are truly diverse. My students come from the Dominican Republic, Mexico, Niger, Congo, China, Senegal, Malaysia, Afghanistan, Yemen, Haiti, Montenegro, Burkina Faso, Mongolia, France. Their parents are housewives, blue-collar workers, Columbia University PhD candidates, or visiting professors. I get to witness my students bloom in English. So much learning happens when we get to work in small groups in the ESL room. We need the rooms to continue the wonderful work that we've been doing. Rooms that are being used for ESL and those that are being used by other out-of-classroom teachers, Ms. Eisman, OT, Ms. Fishman says, Ms. Bouillon, literacy coach, Ms. Mota, Ms. Kirk, speech teachers, Ms. Rodriguez, reading intervention teacher, and a library. These rooms are needed for all the great work that takes place and when we have testing for ELA and math. ESL students get extra time for testing, folks, and at our school we have 180 ESL students at MS and PS165. We have many students who have special needs who must be tested in a separate location. So if people think that we have room to spare for a charter school, they're under the misconception that we do not have enough students. We are a growing and thriving school. Let us keep the zone that we have now. We want to continue increasing enrollment at PS and MS 165. We want to continue to be the public school that serves all the children in our community. Thank you.
Our children's education is at risk. Do not fail them. The only success that should be in this district is the success of keeping public education public.
Y de verdad que sí, que el shadow school, yo hice un research y me di cuenta que me hice una investigación, son como una plaga. Entran por abajo de la puerta de tu casa, se espantan y cogen todo. De verdad que sí, no podemos dejar que el shadow school coja nuestra escuela pública. A ellos le dan el doble de dinero que nosotros. ¿Y dónde va eso? Al bolsillo de un grupito que manipula la situación como más le conviene.
Because really, we have to stay together and fight. If we have to go to City Hall, we're going to be there because we're going to fight for this school.
We don't want a charter school. We don't have the space for it. We do not want the relocation, the rezoning. Rezoning would be disastrous for most of us. So that's it. Short and sweet. We don't need it. We don't want it.
This fight is not nearly over. If we are having problems now, it is only going to intensify. The fight, the aggression that these charter schools have, the aggression that politicians and people have to privatize our education system and to make it into a corporation is intense. It's because I believe in teaching. I believe in teaching for the greater good, not for making profit so I can send a pretty glossy flyer out to the community and compete for families, compete for children. This is not about competition. Education is not about competition. It's not about a race. It's not about winning. It's about the greater good. It's about what's good for all of our children. Thank you.
The DOE just needs to come here, see what we do, see the work on the wall of our students. Come here, meet us, talk to us before you make any changes at all. Just support us. We don't need another school in this building. We don't need rezoning. We're fine the way we are, and we just need to continue to educate our scholars the way we've been doing for more than a century.
We urge the DOE to strengthen the existing model and the structure that we have at PS165 and provide necessary resources and support. It takes a community to raise and educate a child, not a bureaucratic system based on studies and reports. We invite the DOE here to help us to improve and update our school, whose physical structure over the 100 years of service needs TLC. And we just ask for no rezoning and more time and more space to improve what we already have.
Y quiero que sepan una cosa. Miren la hora que nuestros hijos y nosotros y los maestros estamos aquí en pie de lucha. Pero si tenemos que estar 24 horas estamos. Déjenme decirle una cosa. La PS165 pertenece a la comunidad. Pertenece a nosotros, a la gente que salimos a trabajar. Y dejamos nuestros hijos en esta escuela, en estos centros. Y trabajamos confiados de que están seguros. Porque aquí tanto el personal académico como todos los que trabajan aquí son personas responsables y son nuestra representación y nuestra confianza. Da pena que tenemos 2 días que nuestros hijos no pueden dormir y descansar llorando y sufriendo porque le piensan quitar su escuela y no lo vamos a permitir.
We've been listening to your concerns, and in fact, I'm very happy to say that we are adjusting some of our proposals as a result of that.
If a charter school were established in the building, my students would be the first to suffer the consequences. Needless to say, they'd be the first to be stuck in a closet because it's not a full class. Imagine if you were them, how would you feel if your friends walked by and they saw you in an itty-bitty classroom, not even considered a classroom? Not only would they suffer because they wouldn't have the space to have their to get their services that they are provided here by the occupational therapist and by other service providers. Their social and emotional well-being would also suffer. Please support PS165 and in turn the diverse learning abilities of the students in the school.
Cohabitation, there's no such thing with a charter school. It would mean the eradication of our school, the end of providing services for our children.
The introduction of the new charter school to the already crowded public education sphere would not make things better. It would make things even worse for our public education. All right. So I think the stance is very clear. All right. I strongly oppose the introduction of or the intrusion of the private or charter school into the public sphere.
My daughter's been here since kindergarten, and I'm very happy with all the instruction that she got, and I'm very inspired seeing her. Tonight she's going to ask me, or tomorrow when she wakes up, what happened in the meeting. I told her there was 500 people, most of them against charter school, most of them. And I would tell them also that we are fighting, and that what we need is keep the fire on.
Are tired of receiving these brochures for this charter school. Our community is against the charter school co-locating within our school. Do not forget about us because we are north of 96th Street. Our voices should be heard. I brought a picture of my daughter. Let that be the face of District 3 in the north. I'm sorry, on the map that was displayed, where was PS165? Where was the conversation about PS165 zone? Don't forget that we are sitting here at PS165. These families have come to hear what will happen to our zone. We are opposed to shrinking our zone. We want to continue the great work. That teachers. Thank you for
to your concerns. And in fact, I'm very happy to say that we are adjusting some of our proposals as a result of that.
We have recently all witnessed the power of parents organized at PS 145 and 165. This power is growing and will not stay quiet. It is demanding equity in a public system, not a private system, that serves all students and families.
Thank you, Jim.